All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys all for being here today. This is day two of our cybersecurity Code 5 course. If you missed day one, don't worry. You can always go back and get caught up, and you are going to have a lot of fun today, I think. I'm going to turn it over now to your instructor, Charlotte Dungan. All right, Charlotte, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Cybersecurity. This is day two of our Code 5 course. Welcome to students and also welcome to the adults who are learning right alongside you. We know that many people haven't had the opportunity to learn about cybersecurity, so this is a great time to learn and share together. If you begin to feel frustrated or confused, that's okay. Keep going and trying because every time we practice something new, we learn a little bit more. So what is cybersecurity? This is a great time to have a conversation and pause if you'd like to talk about what you think cybersecurity is with the people with you. For me, cyber is something that we do with computers or online. It's how things connect. And security is how we keep ourselves safe. The three main parts of cybersecurity are the CIA, and that's confidentiality. That means that only the right people can see your information, and the things that you have are private. There's integrity. That's like the librarian at your school. If they give you information, it's accurate, it's trustworthy. You know that something is given to you from who they say they're going to be, and you get all the pieces together. So if you ask for a book from your librarian, you'll get all of the pages and you'll know who the author is written right on the cover. And the third part of cybersecurity is accessibility. That means that when you need information, it's able to get to you in a fast way, in a reliable way. If you've ever had slow Wi-Fi, or maybe your internet is out and you can't get on a device, then you know, right? You know how it feels when you don't have accessibility. That means that you don't have all the information when you're ready for it. And cybersecurity, one important thing is that you get the information when you need it. So cybersecurity is how people connect to all of their devices and stay safe online. It's how only the right people can see your private information, and how you can find all the right things without being fooled, and how you get online when you need to keep that Wi-Fi running. On our first day of cybersecurity, we focused on personal security, how you keep yourself safe online and have strong passwords and not being tricked by people who may want to take your information. On today, day two of cybersecurity, we're going to learn and think about different types of networks. We're going to explore how people and devices connect to one another, and we're going to do some real coding with directories and files. This is the foundation of how all of our computers, TVs, phones, printers, and connected devices all work together to share information. Now, your parents and your grandparents did not live in a world where networking was something that existed for most people. It was only something maybe for the government or for education. But now we all have connections to networks. And that's why sometimes adults have trouble learning about computing devices, is they literally didn't grow up and get to have a class like this when they were kids. So if you need to help your grown-ups, after today's class, you'll be able to help them. Now, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to play our very first game, and it's called Interland. We played Interland on day one, and we're going to play another world on Interland on day two. So let me share my screen, and I'll show you what to do, and then you'll get to take a turn. So watch me first, and then you'll get to take a turn. If you already went to Interland, you're probably already a pro at this from day one. But even if you didn't do day one, you can do day two today and you won't be behind. So don't worry. So first, we are going to start at this button when you sign in right here that says Explore Interland. And that will allow you to get to the game. So click that. And as it loads, you'll notice dun, 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 it starts to make noise. And so if you're in a group, the sound is really distracting. So you can mute your sound at the very bottom down here, right down here. if you have headphones, or if you are not yet a strong reader, you may want to leave the sound on because it's kind of nice, but it's not great if you're trying to be in a group or if you're trying to talk like me as a teacher. So mute your sound if you need to. If you want the sound because it'll talk to you during the game, make sure you have headphones so you don't bother the people around you. Today, we are going to click the Let's Do This button and then go to the blue world. So it loads a random world. You might go to green first or red or orange, but just turn by using the arrows on the side of your computer screen. Turn until you see the blue world, which is called Mindful Mountain. And yours will say play. I've played before, so it says play again. So just choose that one. Choose Mindful Mountain. And of course, it takes a minute to load. What we're going to do here is start to explore the idea of a network, which is how we get information to certain places in the internet, okay? So this is going to teach us some other things as well, but I want us to think about this board as it says, you know, be very intentional about what you share on the internet. Information travels all around the internet, and there are some bad guys here. So in this game, it'll show you how to move the mirrors on the bottom of the screen, and you can use your arrow keys to turn left and right, and then you push the space bar in order to fire the laser, and the laser will use the mirrors to bounce around. Now, when this little screen comes up that you see right here, it shows you the color of the good guys. And on each level, the color of the good guys changes. So in this one, it's saying there's a school dance, and who might you share that with? In this case, you're going to share the details of the school dance with your friends. You might also share it with your parents, but in this game, we're going to share it with friends. We're not going to share it with people who shouldn't know about it, like the whole public, right? Not everybody's coming to your school dance. And so in this game, though, the thing to know is that the color of the player, when they give you the first information, is the color that you're playing with for the good guys. So if I hit play, now I'm going to be able to move with my arrow keys back and forth. There it goes. You can see I'm moving. And then when I press the space bar, I will actually connect to a person. Now, a network is like this. Actually, we use different types of computers to bounce around information on the internet. And we want to make sure that it only goes to the right people. So even though the information goes around the internet, it's only supposed to go to a certain place. That's what a network does. So I'm going to show you this first game and how it works. If I move my laser, I just slide with my arrow keys and then I press spacebar, it's going to make a line. But in this case, our network didn't connect to the people that we needed to. It's telling me I didn't get it right. So if you use the laser and you point it at a mirror, it turns 90 degrees. It makes like an angle. And so it bounces, and you'll see this one. I'm going to bounce it. And it's not making it to my my friend because I didn't choose the right mirror. So I'm going to try again. I always try again if I make a mistake. I'm going to use the mirror to use the network to get to my friend. And so you're going to play 10 levels of this type of game where you're only connecting to the right colored people. And remember, it shows you here, this one is parents, they're blue, and we only want to share a phone number of another child with a trusted adult. We don't want to put that kind of information on the internet. So we're going to use our network of people to only get the information to the right people, okay? And if you don't remember what color they were, it's also here on the screen. As the levels get more complicated, on this side over here, you can see the right color of people. So in this case, we do not want to hit the yellow guy, okay? The yellow guy is a public person or a stranger, and we want to make sure that we only send information in our correct network. So you're going to get to play this game now, and I'm going to put up the link on the screen for you. and you'll be able to play all of the blue level until you get to the correct place. So this will be your work time, and you play, and we'll come back together in a few minutes and try another game and talk a little bit more about this one. Does that sound like fun? I hope so. Okay, I'm gonna put up the screen and you can play. Hopefully you've had some time to climb the Interland mountain. While you were playing a game, I was helping move my son from one bedroom to another. Do you think that we just picked up everything in the room and in my two hands carried it all in the next room and set it down? No, we had to do it like we saw in our game. We had to take one step at a time and go around the blocks and move around all the people and not get in each other's way. We had to box things up and carry them from one room to another. Now, I didn't really move my son's bedroom while you were playing that game, right? But you can imagine what it would mean if you had to move everything out of your bedroom and you had to put it in boxes and stay out of each other's way in the hallway and take the right path to get to the new room and set everything up again, right? You can imagine that in your mind? Well, that's what happens in a network. And we want to make sure that only my son's things move into the new bedroom and maybe not the things from the kitchen or the things from the bathroom, which would be kind of awkward. So the reason that we want networks to work in the right way is that we want all of the information or packages to get into the right room at the right time. And we call those on the internet packets. And so we take our packets to the right place. We don't want to take someone else's things to a different location. We want to make sure that everything moves in an orderly way and that it gets there at the right time. And then we unpackage it. So just like moving a bedroom in cardboard boxes, we move things around the internet in smaller packages. We don't pick up the whole bedroom and move it. We also don't pick up a YouTube video and deliver it to your device. We have to send it in small bits at a time. If you've ever been watching a video online and it waits, it buffers, and you're like, oh, what's going on? Or maybe it gets all bunchy. I can maybe get my hands to, look at my hands and how they look not quite right. That's because the information is being sent at a faster rate than the computer can handle. And so if you do that, then the internet connection isn't as effective as it can be. So a lot of times kids wonder, well, how does that stuff work? How does the internet know to get me my YouTube show? Or how does the internet know to deliver the right things to the right place? And so we're going to practice some networking. This is kind of a big deal. Kids learning networking. Wow. Okay. So I want you to imagine this first before we play, that you have a network of people that you know. You have school friends you know at school. And you have soccer friends or swimming friends or friends at your house of worship, or even maybe you know the guy who fixes your car. Maybe you know some people that don't know each other, right? But if I wanted to pass a note from my friend at school to my friend at soccer, might I be able to think of other friends that could get that note from one place to another? That's what happens along a network. And you want to use a trusted route where you trust the computers or the people in the line. So when we were playing that game in Interland, we wanted to avoid the people we didn't know and take a route through only our friends, for example. So if you can imagine a network of people, you might be able to imagine a network of computers. Now, computers are any device that connects to the internet. That means it could be a phone, could be a tablet, could be a laptop, it could be a washing machine, if that washing machine tells you information on your phone. It could be a printer, so a device that we use connected to our computer. If you plug in a microphone or a webcam to your device, that's also something that is sending information that and eventually goes to the internet. And networking those devices together is a really important part of cybersecurity. So we're going to be practicing how a network sends packets of information and how it only shares with trusted sources. That's a big part. Remember, integrity of our data is really important. So I'm going to show you this simulation, and then you'll get to take a turn. Now, this one is kind of funny because it looks like it has a login, but it doesn't actually. So I'll show you how to get around that. So this is the site we're going to use. You watch me, and then you'll get to take a turn. The first thing you're going to do is click the login button, but you don't have a login. That's okay. So try the register button. Oh, there it goes. Okay. And then you don't have to register. You just hit back, and it'll show you the list of activities, which is kind of strange for a site that's teaching cybersecurity, but we don't have to sign in. We're going to choose this big getting started, the first arrow. We're going to make sure we start at the beginning. And this is showing us in a simple simulation how information moves on the internet. There's information about what to do here. And this first screen is simply going to teach you how to interact with this game. So you can click on all of the things on the screen. There's a computer that has a name. The name is right here. The information shows up on the left side. So the IP address is the name of this computer, and this one is called Alice. So we can then we can click on all the other devices too, like this phone. It's called Bob. So Alice is going to talk to Bob, and I can click on them. And when I click on them, I'm able to see their names. Now in this game, we can also play at the top with a play button. You see that? And we can pause, and we can fast forward. So in this network from Alice to Bob, or we have another connection down here from Carol to Doug, we can send a packet of information. And you'll notice these are lots of file folders. And so when I want to send one, I just click the arrow next to the packet, and it starts to send. You see how I've won the level, but the goal of this level is to try all of the controls. It is not to do any certain thing except to learn the controls. And so I want you to spend a little bit of time here on this activity where you learn the controls. That means that you have had a chance to push the play button, that you've sent a packet through the network. You can send more than one packet if you'd like. You can click lots of them, and you pause partway through so you can see the information in the packet also. There is information right here where it says the name Dan. Wait a minute. This is Alice. This is Bob. This is Carol. This is Doug. Well, who's Dan? Where did Dan go? That was strange. So we can look at information on the packets, and the ones that we send here are all the information on the internet. These are packets that are moving around, and some of them have different names and information. And that's why if you click on the different dots, they say different things. And as they move, you can pause them and click on them and get information. Some of them are blank. So in this first level, as you begin exploring, I want you to figure out how to move a packet, how to play the packet, how to pause the packet, how to restart the level. There's one. You can pause it. Oh, and I can click on it, and I can see this is from Bob to Alice. And this SRC means source, and DST means destination. It means that this dot started with Bob and is going to end at Alice. And this one is going to start at Alice and end at Bob. And that's why they're moving in different directions. So for this first level, if you get lost, you just hit level info. It says use the restart button, pause the simulation, click on a computer, click on a packet. You can add a new packet down here. You can even give it a name like Alice or Bob to move it from one computer to another. You can add that to the list of packets. And when you click it and hit play, you can send it along the network. So once you've tried all 6 of these level objectives, you will have completed the level. It doesn't count if you get you win the level little pop-up window. It counts when you can use this interface and explain what's happening. And especially in that packet, when you start playing it, that you can read that packet. As you hit pause, you can read it and see it's the source is from Alice The destination is from Bob, and you can see it moving back and forth. Now, you'll notice that this packet is actually not on Bob and Alice. It's on Carol and Doug. That means that packet won't be read by those computers. They're just moving through that network. So play with the interface, have a few minutes, we'll give you the link, and then we'll come back and look at level 2. This is the first time that you get to explore a real network. This is a network simulator, and here is the link. Okay, hopefully you've had a chance to get started with our network simulator. I'm going to show you a few more things about it because I know that it helps to have more information about this tricky networking. Many people haven't ever had the opportunity to play with a network, and so it can feel a little bit scary or different, especially for adults who are used to just plugging in devices and all this other stuff is hidden behind the scenes. So here we are at level 1. And remember, if you are ever stuck with what to do, you can always look at the level info, which is right up there at the top, to have it remind you of what you're trying to do at this point in the game. So in this case, I'm going to click level info and it'll show me the objectives again. Let's see if I can find the restart button in the top left. If I ever need to restart because I'm unsure of what happened, I can always click that button and we'll see that the simulation starts over. We can always pause a simulation with the pause button and mouse over to get more information about what the dots, the packets, are moving from computer to computer. Remember that SRC is the source, that's where it starts, and DST is the destination, that's where the packet is going. And If you're looking for information about the computer itself, you can also click on those to see the name of the computer. IP address is just the number name that a computer uses. It's like how your house, you might call it the Smith Castle, but your address is like a number and a street name and a zip code. There's some numbers involved, and so your IP address is just the name of your computer using numbers. And so this one is called Bob, this one is called Alice, and we can see that packets are moving from Bob to Alice and Alice to Bob. The source is the computer where it starts, the destination is where it ends. Once you've completed level 1, you can go up here at the top to the level list, right there, level list. And that will take you back where you can choose any level that you want. Of course, this is tricky and hard, and so you should do them in order. But if you're coming back to play again, you can always do them and practice one that you're trying to get better at. So I'm going to pause here. Oh, I think my network is being slow. Isn't that funny? It's trying to load right now. Let me see if I can get where I can share, and then we'll come back together. Oh, guess what? My internet is no longer freezing up. Isn't that funny how we're talking about packets moving on the internet and my internet is being slow? Okay, so here we are in the network simulator. We just did the getting started where we just got to know the controls. If you didn't get anything really to work exactly the way you were expecting, that's okay, because this first activity in packet fields is where we'll actually get to see some things move around and make and control them. So let's click on packet fields. It's this second one right here. And as we click on it, we'll see there is a level list will take us back to where we just were. So that's like the back button. We don't want to do that. Instead, we want to read our level objectives and learn about what we're going to do. So in this, we're learning how to create packets and send them from one device to another. Now, this says the word computer, but remember, we're counting phones as computers. We're counting anything that connects to the internet as a computer. Hi.
Hey, Charlotte, the screen share is like almost there.
Huh.
Maybe like one more click or step or something.
That's interesting.
There it goes.
It just gave me a fancy message. Participants can now see your application. Yay. Okay. How about we back up just a minute, eh? Is that all right? So if you're here, we're going to use the level list button right here. And that will show us our list of levels so that we can figure out how to get to the same screen together. Does that sound like a plan? Okay. So let's start from here where we can see all of the levels. Okay. Here we are all together on the NetSim page, where we can see the levels for our network simulator. We've practiced with getting started, and that's where we were able to learn the controls. And now we're going to go to packet fields. So click on packet fields. And if you chose level list, you'd go to the back to that list. We don't want to do that. Instead, we're going to learn how to create packets and send them from one computer to another. We can always, and we need to use the pause button as the simulation runs. And we can always restart the simulation up at the top using these top controls. So as the packet is going across the screen, I want to pause it. See how I push the green pause button? And now I can read what's in that packet information by clicking on it. And when I click on it, I can see the source is Bob and the destination is Alice. Now, which one of these is Bob and Alice? I don't remember. So I can always click on them and say, oh, this is Alice and this is Bob. So I know the packet started at the computer and it's moving to the phone. And we can click on that to see that information. Now we always can go back to the level info to show us what we're doing. We don't want to click on level list or that'll take us out. So we can see that the packet is moving from Bob's computer to Alice's computer, and the information is stored to say where it's going. And so for this one, it says we want to click on the plus button to add a new packet. So we can click plus right there. And then we have a source and a destination. And if you write anything in here, it won't work unless you use the correct names. We need to send it from Alice, which is the source, Alice. And the destination is Bob. And so we can put those in here and add the packet down here in order to send it. Now my packet showed up down here at the bottom of the screen. The new packet that's created is always at the bottom. So you might have a longer list or a shorter list than me, but just make sure you choose the bottom packet. That's the one that you created, and press play. Now there it is. That's the one that I created, but it's not moving because I have my simulation paused. So make sure you hit play. And you'll notice that just like the real internet, there's more information moving than just my packet. There's always the information from other people on the internet, maybe other devices that I'm using, and even on my own device, like my own phone or my own computer, I might be getting an email at the same time that I'm sending a text, at the same time that I'm streaming a music. And that's okay. All that traffic is managed in these small packets and routed to go to the right place so that my text message reader sends me text messages and doesn't try to play my song or try to read my email. That phone is managing all of that. So you can add a packet, send it around, and remember, you can always restart just to see it, try again. You can always resend your packet, and you can always try to win the level. Go ahead and try level 2, and then we'll play level 3 together in just a minute. Okay, hopefully you've had a chance to play level 2. If you need more time, you can always just pause and come back and then try level 3 when you're ready. That's okay. So for now, we're going to move on to level 3, which is called a ping. Now this is, remember our example about the bedroom, and we're moving boxes from one bedroom to another, and we've got a narrow hallway, and we've got everyone in the family helping. We've got brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts and moms and dads and grandmas and family friends, and everyone is trying to move everything as quickly as possible so that my son is comfortable in his new bedroom. And this is like, if we want a YouTube video, we don't want to have to wait for the packages or the packets to arrive, right? We want to just be able to watch our video. So in this example, we're learning about how the internet connects in saying, I'm ready for my next box. And so what this is called is a ping. We have a packet that says, hey, you ready for the next box? And it says, yep, send the next box. And that's what a ping is. It says, before I send the information, I'm just going to make sure that you're ready for my information. And that's what a ping is. So this, we're going to have a packet that shows the source and the destination. We had that before. And now we're going to have information about when something is ready to transport the next box. So first, we can always just hit play. We can reset the simulation with our red circle, and we can hit play, and we can watch the packets move. We can also still click on the devices to learn that this computer is Alice, and this big looking computer is Google. Now you do actually communicate with Google, right? Every time you type in a search or you speak to your device out loud, you are actually sending a packet of information to say, I would like to know about red pandas. And you write the words red pandas, or you say, tell me about red pandas, or show me a red panda video. And that information is transported in packets to actually Google. You actually talk to Google. And this is what the picture of that packet looks like. And we can click on it to get more information. And we're actually saying how to transport the information. And that's what this is because videos are different than text messages. They go on a different package. And that means, like, you could deliver a newspaper on a bicycle, and you could deliver a package from UPS, and you could deliver an email through your computer, and you would need a different type of transportation. And so that's what this is. As we look at our level information, it says, send these ICMP packets on that transportation. So here's how we do that. Okay, here's the important part. We create a packet, and remember where it's going. It says we need to send it from Alice to Google. So we add our source is from Alice, our destination is from Google. And do you remember what we need here? We need a transportation protocol. So we're saying we want to send this ICMP. It's just like UPS or FedEx. We want ICMP, and we have to send it 4 times. So if we were calling, hey, Dad, bring in 4 boxes of Legos, we're going to repeat this down here 4 times. The other thing we could do is just send 1 box at a time. And so we could run this packet 4 times, but this is faster to do this repeat. And we do add, and then we hit play. And when we play that, we're able to play our packet. Don't forget to also play the packet that's at the bottom that you created. And you'll see there's 4 dots all in a row traveling because we sent the information 4 times. We repeated it. And then, oh, there it goes. It was an echo. That means it's going to bounce back and say, hey, did you get that information? It bounced because of the type of transportation. It's like a boomerang. If you send out this type of transportation, it comes back to you. The ICMP is the transportation that allows it to ping back and bounce back and say, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for the next level of boxes. All right, so you guys are now networking pros. You have gotten a great experience in the CS4G network simulator. You can continue playing levels if you'd like, and you'll actually get pretty far in learning some networking concepts if you keep playing beyond the basics. You can even learn how some hackers are able to disrupt traffic and cause problems on the internet, and you'll learn about how that works here in this simulation. It's kind of tricky and hard, and I know that some people will get it quicker than others, but keep trying. If you are still a little bit slower, that's okay. I find that I learn some things a little bit slower than other people, and it's most important that I just keep trying. So I hope that you keep trying too, and that you have fun playing with the network simulator. Our third thing that we're going to do today is use text commands to interact with a game. The reason that we're going to play this type of game is because this special type of coding is a real type of coding in a Linux shell. And this is a common way that computer programmers who are doing networking and cybersecurity, they often use text words on a screen in order to do their work. And oftentimes we don't give kids access or control of this type of thing because you can break your computer by doing it. But this is a special safe place on the internet where we can play a game and use some real commands, and you can't break anything. So if you type in something that doesn't work, it won't break anything. You should never use a command line or a terminal on a real computer until someone gives you permission to do that, because you can hurt your computer. But in this game, you can't hurt the computer. You're just going to play. I'll show you how to do it first, and then you'll get to take a turn. So here it is. It's called Terminus. And what we're going to do is read the screen. I hope you guys are able to see that. I can always zoom it in more, and we can make it even bigger. Hopefully you can see that now, okay? It says, if you're new to the game, you can look at your surroundings with the command ls. You can move to a location with the command cd. And then where it says location in big letters, it means actually the location. And then you can always get back to with cd dot. And so you'll just follow these directions as you play. I'm going to start with the ls command. One important thing is if you see a capital letter, make sure you use the correct capital or lowercase letter. But always start with ls. And look, it gave me a map. And it told me my location. My location is the Eastern Mountains, and I have an item called pony. Now you can choose, right now, you can choose which way you want to go and what you want to do here. This is a game where you have a lot of control. So you can type in the location, you can type in the item, and you can choose what to do. So for example, I could type LESS space, and the item that I have as one of my choices is pony. And if I hit enter after that command, something will happen. Another choice that I have, and I'm going to go backwards here, is I can say that I can move location, and I can do CD space, and it says my choices are Eastern and with a capital E. If you are not a good speller, this is a good time to have a friend work with you, because it's really important that you spell things exactly right. The computer will not allow it if you spell something wrong or you have a lowercase letter where you need an uppercase letter. I can also choose CD Eastern Mountains. Those are my two choices right now. If I choose one of those two, something will happen. I'd like you to have a chance to play now and move through the game by using real shell commands, which is what cybersecurity professionals use in order to work on computers and move things through the internet. So let's put that up on your screen for you, that link to Terminus the game, and you'll be able to play. You have that there? There it is. It's mit.edu. I will send you the link here. Have fun. I hope you've had a good time playing with Terminus. It is tricky sometimes, and you've got to be very careful to follow the directions carefully to use CD and LS and all the dots and capital letters and lowercase letters in just the right place. But if you keep trying, you'll get it. Today, we learned about coding, how our devices connect, about networking, about being safe online. We used a real code in a Linux shell by typing commands and playing a cool game. If you liked that last game, you can code and practice with Linux using CoCalc in a safe place. That's CoCalc. You can Google it if you wanted to practice more and you're feeling really advanced. We all will remember that we only share information with devices and people we know are okay to communicate with because a trusted adult has given us permission to be there. Cybersecurity is how people stay safe online. It's how we keep our information confidential, how our data has integrity, and how you have access to information when you need it. Only the right people should be able to see your private information. And you can keep the right things private to you without being fooled. And you can get online when you need to. Let's keep that Wi-Fi running. I hope you've had a lot of fun today with day 2 at Kode5, this course. And we did all kinds of networking. And I hope you come next time for day 3, where we'll explore more cybersecurity concepts with codes and ciphers. See you then.